Thank you, Peter, and thank you to the New London Architecture for this award. What is incredible is the amount showcased today of talent. I don't think you need to be a great practice in order to be brilliant. I have seen today some of the best architects, and they are not all big companies or medium companies, but there is an incredible amount of talent that we can see here. I'm humbled to be named the New Londoner of the Year. If I'm new, then perhaps I'm going in reverse, like in the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And pretty soon I'll be young enough to play at the public world. I have made my home for 35 years here, and in that respect, I'm not new in London. But I'm very strong of the view that the best days of this city are ahead of us. 35 years ago, I came to London when Mrs. Thatcher asked our company to come and take on the Canary Wharf project. So I came to see if it was a good idea. At that time, the Isle of Dogs was like the forbidden planet. Nobody knew where it was, and no one went there. Actually, what you probably don't know is that in 1970, the Isle of Dogs declared independence from UK. And the declaration said, we can manage our affairs better than you. So it was short-lived, but it was an attempt. So it was probably dog exit. Actually, it was where they filmed the movie Long Good Friday. It is life imitating art. In that movie, Bob Hoskins is an East End gangster. He tries to sell the old dogs to an American businessman. It almost happened. So, I walked from Grosvenor Square and to Canary Wharf, and I saw the two halves of London, the have-nots and the haves. And I was shocked, and I went back to New York, and I wrote a note to the board saying, it was just one sentence, don't touch it. So obviously they didn't listen to me. Okay. So, now if you look at Canary Wharf today, it has 120,000 workers, and that's BC, that is before COVID. So we start to divide the world in BC and AC. And it is a financial center 50% larger than the banking district of Frankfurt. It is the heart of the fastest growing borough in the whole of UK. The mystery of life is not a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. That's a quote from Frank Herbert, Dune, the great book and finally a great movie. As a reality to experience, London is the most overwhelming, rewarding experience. Cities are not made out of buildings, they are made out of people. The spirit of a city may be nurtured or inspired by its architecture, but it lives in the hearts of the people that live there. What is heartwarming is that in the recent years, our planners and developers have understood that. Cities are not static. They grow, they change over time. Cities are four-dimensional. They are happening. And there is no city in the world which is happening more than London. Our Canary Wharf is changing again into a true live, live, work and play environment. It is perhaps a great example of the 15-minute city, where everything you need for life is within a 15 minutes walk. Canary Wharf has helped move the border of the Wild East. Without Canary Wharf, there might not have been London Excel, or the O2 Dome, or City Airport, or the Royal Docks development. Then there would have been no Jubilee Line or Crossrail either. Look at the development supported by the Jubilee Line and imagine what Crossrail will do. It will add 16% more capacity and shrink the city from east to west. This is why the public transport system is so vital to the future of London. Transport for London should get a long-term settlement from the government so they can plan ahead. Some TfL planted people, okay? In the last decade, we had the Olympic Games, the completion of huge and beautiful developments around King's Cross, Stratford, London Bridge, Vauxhall, Battersea and Wembley. The Crick Institute, the Tate Modern, the London Eye, the Shard, the Gherkin, the Walkie-Talkie, 22 Bishopsgate, all landmarks and institutions which did not exist before the millennium. How can you support projects and developments like that without good transport? This is not leveling up, it is maintaining London's position in the world. Sustainability, which was a fringe concern about 20 years ago, is now at the center of everything we do. Canary Wharf is the UK's largest developer of high-rise sustainable space, is proud to play our part in ensuring that the city we leave our children will be a green and sustainable one with clean air and water. As well as climate change, our city has also been shaped by the threats it faced. The latest one is obviously COVID. I strongly believe that it will always be true that people want to congregate together in workplaces and clusters in city centers. As developers, we expect people to return to the workplace, but there will be substantial changes which we need to embrace. We will adapt and everyone will benefit. There are lots of challenges, it's true, but this city has survived much worse: the Great Fire, invasions, plagues, the Blitz, the end of the empire, and the huge economic changes which closed the factories and the docks after the war. We will not only overcome the challenges like COVID and Brexit, but London will adapt and thrive as it always done. I wholeheartedly believe that the future of our city is bright and that we are entering a new golden era. London will adapt and thrive as it always has, and the future of London is bright. I'm very proud and humbled at the same time to have played my modest part along with hundreds of colleagues, customers, and many people in this room. We all believe in a better, greener, and more successful future for our city. So here it is to New London. Thank you.